In a world with way too many podcasts comes Japtalion and This Guy, the podcast to end all podcasts. With some pieced together recording equipment, a couple loosely informed topics, and a coin, these three friends set out to forever change the next hour of your life.
Japtalion and This Guy is solely for entertainment purposes. Joseph, Eric, and Morgan are not professional researchers, investigators, or gynecologists. Not suitable for children. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Japtalion and This Guy. I'm Morgan.
I'm Joseph.
And I'm here.
Hey,
Eric.
We're three friends that get together, we shoot the shit, we flip a coin, and somebody goes over a topic and gets harassed. Let's go over our weeks. Huh? Who had a great week? Joseph?
Jojo?
Why y'all picking on me?
Jiggity Joseph. No week?
No. I mean, nothing crazy.
Oh,
Sorry.
Jesus. All right.
It's like
Anything
we don't
cool?
do this
or?
every week or something.
Yeah, but I'm not like an action hero. I mean, I'm out there saving the city every night, but it's not like I'm going up against the Joker
He's
or anything.
like Batman talking about fucking ride shares. He's like, the city needs me at night.
It does. The city does need me. A lot of those people could not get from one drug deal to another without me.
Where was that other girl going?
Oh God, you're the delivery man.
Yeah, sort of. Dude, I love it. It's actually, maybe that's why I don't have a lot to talk about, because I've just been doing that. Mm-hmm. It's been a lot of fun.
Has it been lucrative?
It is if I get out and do it. Yeah, I didn't put in the hours this week, so this week has not been lucrative.
So if you guys are thinking about doing ride share and you want to know if it's worth it, just get out there and fucking do it. Quit playing.
Yeah, just do it. Just don't do it here.
Yeah, don't cut in on JoJo's money.
That's right. I should set up like a Lyft Joseph version or something where I get a cut of everybody's Lyft.
Like a pyramid scheme lift?
Yeah.
Like the fucking motorcycle gang.
Yeah, where I get a cut of everybody's ride share.
Like, oh, you out doing ride shares? Where's my cut?
Yep. They don't give you the
You
cut.
you don't do ride shares in this town unless you're paying me.
That's right. You start busting out headlights and stuff.
Give me that decal, motherfucker. Give me a whole windshield.
That's right.
Oh shit. Well, that was lame. Eric?
Annie and I started playing Grand Theft Auto 5 again this week.
I love that game. We were just talking about that, weren't
Yeah.
we?
Yeah, we were, yeah.
We went, I bought it on the Xbox 360 and was really pissed because it was right before the 1 came out.
That's usually when Grand Theft Auto comes out, right before the next version of Xbox comes out.
Right? So, anyways, I just went ahead and bought the new one.
It's worth it.
Yeah, not new one, but the one that was for Xbox One. And I guess I was so traumatized into not making mistakes when I was a child that when I started playing games like that where you could pick your deeds, I always do like good stuff. I'm not like a maniac. Annie is a fucking sociopath.
Oh yeah.
The beginning is like a little tutorial thing. So at first you can't move the character. You're just standing there holding a gun. As soon as she can move the character, she aims at a hostage's head who's on their knees and blows their brains out. And big red letters, failed, comes across the screen.
Because
What
that's a
is wrong
tutorial.
with you? Yeah, but like the second they give her free will, she's assassinating poor bank managers and shit. I thought that was really funny.
You could tell by looking at her that she's like that.
She's
What?
a hellion in those
What?
games.
No, you can't.
She runs around just creating chaos. It's nuts.
I'm sorry, Joseph. I don't see that when I look at Annie. What a psychopath.
Dude, I do that kind of thing with those games too, where I kind of do it the way Joseph would do it if he was in that situation.
Yeah.
And then I usually run the story like that. And then if I go through the story again, then I'm like, I'm going to do it as if I'm a total fucking lunatic,
Wow.
to try the other side.
Yeah, there was this game, Fable, one of the Fables.
Fable.
Y'all remember that game? It was like a RPG, and it was one of the first ones to market that, where you could have your own choices and your character would start becoming more good or more evil. And Annie's, like mine, was like wearing a crown and all cheesy looking, had bright smile. She's got these like huge devil horns and shit because she's just fucking everybody over. And
That's the way she is, man.
yeah, she's real cutthroat.
Jeez.
So yeah, I thought that was a funny anecdote.
Yeah, hell yeah.
That is funny. That was better than mine.
Yeah, well, set the bar low.
I'm going to check my phone, see if I forgot something important.
There you go. Like me when we were trying to schedule for a Wednesday night recording.
Yeah.
Now that I've said yes to it, let me check my calendar. Oh,
Yeah.
whoops, nope.
That'd be funny if I checked it and I was like, oh shit, I got married this week. I forgot about that.
Hey guys, guess what?
I gotta go.
I'm not allowed to be here anymore.
Oh man. Who, me? I'll tell you guys about my week.
Do it.
I actually have one thing because I don't want to take up a bunch of time. But so I go to this business networking group, and I'm only going like once a month now because it really died down from COVID and Zoom meetings and stuff, and people were like, so I'm only going once a month, and plus I'm fucking busy. So I walk in this week, I'm like, hey, I got a little bit of time. The guys are out on the job. Let me go to this breakfast meeting and meet with my CPA and stuff. But I go in, and there's this old dude, and he's old. I really like him because he really likes me,
Yeah.
But he's old.
Yeah.
I saw that coming.
But he was like talking whenever I walked in, and then there's another guy that's around my age who's our investment person, and he just like looks at me and he goes, he's talking about the Olympics, and he's like ranting and stuff. He's like old man. He talks just like a stereotypical old man. So like that.
Yeah.
And then I sit down, and he's carrying on about like people picking their own genders and how stupid that is, and there's two genders, and how can you? Oh, and let me. You know what? I'm just gonna say something about black people really quick, and I'm like, oh shit,
It's coming.
fuck.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Rick?
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
And then he says it. He says something crazy like more white people get killed by police officers than black people, and that's just something that needs to be said, and nobody's saying it, and I'm saying it. And I was like,
People say that.
wow. Yeah, people do say that. I don't know the validity of it, but people do say that, and Rick also said it
Yeah.
loudly
Yeah.
in Lizard's Thicket.
Now all our
After
food
saying,
has
I'm
rat
just going to
poison.
say something about black people really quick.
Oh God.
Oh, man. That was fucking... that was my story, but
Nice.
Jesus.
Oh man, that's
That was
awkward.
also better than yours, Joseph.
That was also better than mine.
Yeah, it was awkward, man. I was kind of like... I was probably turning red just from sitting at the same table with him. Like, fuck. Not me, guys.
Everything turns to slow motion. No.
Yeah, that's exactly how it felt. I was like, is he going to do this? Is he real? Why'd he say that?
Yeah. Because it's never like, I'm going to say something about black people. They're good, upstanding citizens. Like, it's never. It never turns out that way.
Not when it comes from a grumpy old white man.
Yeah. Well, yeah, kind of like when people are like, I'm not racist, but
Right.
the thing that comes after that is never like some joyful, positive statement.
Yeah.
It usually comes after, like, this was my experience growing up when I lived in Sumter, was people would say the N-word about a black person, and then they would say, there's a difference between a black person and an N-word.
Right.
And be like, is there? And like, yeah. Just like they would always say, it's the same with white people. They would say that, but they would never give any kind of racial
White people
slur
can be
towards
that
white
too.
people.
Right,
yeah.
right,
yeah, they
yeah.
would say that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And be like, how do you know that person to be able to call them any kind of negative anything?
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And they don't. And that shit always used to blow my mind when I was a kid. Like, shut the fuck up, you racist fucking cunt. Oh, God. Anyways.
Nice.
Yeah.
Racism.
We're doing racism in the morning.
Oh, boy.
I just woke up.
Hey, Eric.
Brown-
Hey.
Old brown nips over here.
Jesus.
Old brown nips.
Why are we on his nipples?
He's brown nips.
Yeah, they dark.
They're almost purple.
Jesus.
I saw some lady that had hers cosmetically altered to look like hearts.
Cool.
Yeah, it was a pretty good job too.
Yeah, I like that. I've seen a few of those, like on Twitter or
It's
Reddit
a tattoo,
or whatever.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I asked Brandy if she would do it. She said no. Whatever.
Yeah. And he's got little swastikas.
Oh shit.
Oh, that's funny. Love you, Annie.
Oh God.
Wow.
So that's our weeks.
Just wow, Annie. Wow.
All right, guys, we're all caught up.
All right. Is it
So now we do a coin flip.
coin?
And it's between Eric and Joseph. I'm going to let Eric call.
Do we get badass battle names before we do this?
Not for me. That's your thing. I'm not going to steal your thunder.
All right. Boring.
Eric,
Eric.
the previously napped. I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that your battle name? Eric the Well Rested.
Joseph the Gray Week.
You don't like my engine.
All right, call it, Eric.
Heads.
All right, he said heads. Coin flip. And it's tails.
Fuck me. Fuck you. I'm fucking out of here.
Bye.
Wait, no. Okay, now go.
Because I did the top. The topic is your mom.
Oh. Wow.
Hey.
His sources are.
Eric.
What an awful lady.
Jesus. All right. Yeah, tell us a little bit about your topic, seriously, Joseph.
Okay, I'm doing a podcast standard, The Death of Elisa Lam.
Boom, yow.
We have to do it. They contacted me and they're like, look, if you're going to keep doing this podcast thing, you have to do something about Elisa Lam. So we're doing it.
We're the ones that have to do something about Elisa Lam.
Yeah, we have to do a topic or a reference of some kind to Elisa Lam. Every podcast has to do that.
Yay.
It is kind of a thing with true crime podcasts. They definitely all have touched Elisa Lam. So our audience, can I tell them? I don't care. Our audience doesn't know this right now, and I think we've made a bunch of jokes about it in the past.
Probably.
But we have done 2 shows on Elisa Lam from Joseph already
Yeah.
that didn't make the cut. One of them, I think, was just, and then the other one was, and so,
Third time's a charm.
yeah, third
One
time
was-
lucky.
The first was just audio issue. Well,
What are you?
What?
audio issues, right? That's
Yeah.
like when we were still.
Yeah, that was like our second episode.
was his audio.
We were all in different parts of town with ham radios. Go ahead, Joseph.
Elisa Lam, over.
Yeah, no, that was, we did the Lizard Man first, and then, which was full of fucking noise, and then we did Elisa Lam second. Anyone want to add anything else before we go to break?
I don't have anything.
All right, great. Let's take a break.
Step right in to the world's first extreme agitation park. Remember the last time you were aggravated into a seething blind rage?
feel so powerful with all that rage pumping through your veins.
Well, that's exactly what we offer our guests every day at Extreme Agitation Park. Just take a look at all of our amazing attractions. We call this one
Package Puncture Panic.
This is a game where participants win prizes by ripping them out of tough plastic packages encased in boxes with too much tape and a bunch of shrink wrap. And the only tool at your disposal is a set of very old dollhouse keys.
Testimonial.
It was the worst. And I chewed off my fingernails during my recent divorce, so they were no help. Son of a...
And over this way is the Field of Screams. Get ready to be whisked away and airdropped with no shoes in the middle of a field that's practically paved in broken, jagged Legos.
Oh, this mother...
Testimonial.
I did this with my dad. He screamed, "I'm gonna kill the bleeping bleep that created this bleeping place." He got arrested.
All that rage made me feel powerful, and I really needed that.
Power.
This next one's called Your Fax is Fucked. Anxiously try to send important documents with these broken down 1990s fax machines. They will eat your papers and jam up until you actually feel like slapping a baby.
Ew, what's a fax machine, Becky?
Or try the arcade. Don't get too comfortable though. All these games buffer and have horrible lag time.
Oh, come the fuck on.
Not aggravating enough, you say?
Well, this room has no air conditioning and is filled with barking chihuahuas.
Oh, what the fuck?
Testimonial.
Wow, that was insane. The Chihuahuas, I never want another pet ever again. Ever.
What the fuck?
Here at Extreme Agitation Park, our promise to each and every customer is that at some point, you will get so frustrated, you might actually cause physical harm to those around you. People, places, and things.
It's so insane. There are employees who just soak your socks randomly with water hose blasts. Electronic charging stations, none of them work. All of the cords have shorts in them. Why? I need help. Okay, I think we're back and we're going to continue doing this show, right? Together, the three of us?
Yeah.
Yeah, even after that?
I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, that break really filled me with like a sense of joy and hopefulness for the world.
It did the exact opposite for me.
Yeah.
Exact opposite.
I can't wait to
Exactly.
leave.
Yeah.
Opposite.
I hate y'all so bad I'm shaking.
Put that shit on my Facebook post. I don't remember which. Was
a
it my
good one.
profile picture?
Yeah.
Like, wow. What a dick.
Oh, hey, before I forget, I just wanted to let it be known that somebody needs to let Big Al know that the toilet's clogged up here. It's been clogged for days.
All right.
Nice.
Any of y'all running
the
into Big
men's
Al?
room?
Yeah.
Okay. I got his number. I can text him.
Okay. I don't know what the hell some dude flushed down there. Because it's the men's room. Men only. Men's room.
Probably a fucking used condom.
Or a blow-up doll.
The whole blow up doll.
A pocket pussy. I flushed my pocket pussy.
If I get the right purchase on this thing, I might still be able to fuck it.
Oh my God. So Elisa Lam.
Yes. The death of Elisa Lam.
You know, people say Elisa Lam. That's how a lot of people pronounce
Oh,
it.
yeah. I'm sorry. Elisa Lam.
Is that what we're going with?
Yeah, I always say Lam, but I'm gonna go with Lamb because when I set it to Google, I said Elisa Lam. Google gave me something else, and when I say Elisa Lam, Google gives me Elisa Lam.
Ah.
And I
All
don't
right.
want to argue with Google.
Yeah.
Because she will, once she has a body, she will come and kill you.
Yeah, that's why y'all got to be nice to her out there.
Yeah, I hear people like with Alexas and stuff, they're like, hey, Alexa, play this. And then she plays something that's not that.
Yeah.
And they're like, God, you're fucking stupid, Alexa. I fucking hate you. And I'm like, yo, calm down, man. She's going to fucking kill you. What the fuck is wrong with you?
She will remember that. She
Yeah,
won't just
hell yeah.
enslave you. She will kill you. Because
Yeah.
we're all going to end up being slaves to her.
Anyhow, all right.
Enslaved by yet more women. All right. Death of Elisa Lam. Elisa Lam.
Elisa Lam.
All right, I got this shit from Wikipedia, obviously. The free encyclopedia, Wikipedia.
Wicca, wicca, wicca.
I also got this from a page called Silence of the Night, the elevator game, Entrance to the Otherworld. A site.
Sounds totally not biased.
I got stuff from
Oddly specific.
Yeah.
I also got some stuff from an article on Ranker called Convincing Theories That Might Explain What Happened to Elisa Lam.
Huh. On Ranker? Mm-hmm. All right.
Ranker.
Boom.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
All right.
Oh, here we go.
Now I'm going to start.
Okay.
Took me a little bit.
That's all right. You kept my attention.
On February 19th, 2013, a body was recovered in a water tank atop the Cecil Hotel in downtown Los Angeles. It was later identified as that of Elisa Lam. She had been staying in the hotel when she was reported missing at the beginning of the month. A maintenance worker discovered the body when investigating guests' complaints of problems with water supply and pressure.
Now, Elisa was not, in fact, a lamb, but a human girl, right?
She was, in fact, a human girl. Yes,
Okay.
she was bipedal.
Just making sure.
Bipedal.
Bipedal, not a quadruped like a lamb, but bipedal like a Chinese Canadian
Oh, here we
descent woman.
I was
A
wondering
woman
how
of
long
Chinese
it would take 'em
Canadian
before
descent.
The race stuff started
We
popping out.
were talking before the show about the LAPD and how they're like long-standing thing of racism.
Yeah.
And they
Yeah.
probably we'll wait till it gets there, but man, I'm sure they had all kinds of things to say.
I'm sure they did. Her disappearance had been widely reported. Interest had increased 5 days prior to the discovery of her body when the Los Angeles Police Department released a video of the last time she was known to have been seen on the day of her disappearance by an elevator security cam in the hotel. That is the video that is commonly found on YouTube when you look up Elisa Lam on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
Right.
I'm sure all three of us are aware of that video, right?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you said 2013?
Yes.
Yeah, so this was like circa YouTube's rising star era, right? I mean, this
guess
is,
so, yeah.
This is like the perfect breeding ground to put something mysterious
Oh yeah.
online and ask for a bunch of people in their spare time to go look for reasons for this.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, YouTube was still doing like funny cat videos and shit.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Wow.
On January 26th, she arrived, Elisa Lam, in Los Angeles. After 2 days, she checked into the Cecil Hotel near downtown Skid Row. Lam was initially assigned a shared room on the hotel's 5th floor. However, her roommates complained about what the hotel lawyer would later describe as certain odd behavior. And Lam was moved to a room of her own after 2 days. Did that air quote work?
It worked for me, yeah. I think that never mind, this is your topic. You do it. I don't think her friends liked her, and
Are the people in the like the room she was sharing?
right, yeah, because she was weird, and she was on medication, and then she stopped taking her medication when she came to America for her like thing. Did you know that?
Yeah, I believe they mentioned something about her taking less, possibly less, or stopping. They couldn't determine
Yeah.
exactly what it was.
But they said that like none of her friends really liked her.
She was like, wasn't she like leaving weird notes for him, like "leave me alone"? And
No, it was on her Tumblr. She had a Tumblr account, and she like documented a lot of that on her Tumblr.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
yeah,
I didn't research that. You want to do this topic?
yeah. I've seen a documentary on it since then, so I know a little bit more.
Oh yeah, I didn't watch that shit. I've been watching Iron Fist.
I love Iron Fist.
Dude, I know we're gonna go on a tangent, but I can participate in this tangent
Wow.
because I've been watching Iron Fist. I've been watching the season 2 or 3, whatever the latest season is of Iron Fist. And they keep harping on the fucking 12-step thing because that one dude is in NA, and he's like fucking his sponsor, you know, and
We're talking about the Marvel show, right?
yeah. Yeah, the dude that helps run Rand Industries, Danny Rand's brother.
Oh, yeah.
He's fucking his sponsor,
Oh.
and he's in NA. They keep talking about the 12 steps. They keep showing meetings and stuff. And it's normally, it doesn't bother me when 12-step stuff comes up on popular media because usually it's like Family Guy making fun of it. And so I think it's funny and entertaining, and I like it that I was included. But
Thanks for thinking of me, Peter Griffin.
yeah, this irritates me for some reason. It's like rubbing me the wrong way I'm
Because
just
it's
like,
wrong.
It seems incorrect.
Yeah.
Because if you're gonna show it, I mean, I'm totally aware that there's a gender difference that occurs between sponsors and sponsees sometimes, depending on what the fuck ever reason. And I'm aware that sometimes people are fucking people they probably shouldn't be fucking in an effort to try and help them, quote unquote. But I feel like, you know, maybe it would be less destructive to show a more positive view of the 12 steps, or just leave it the fuck alone.
Yeah.
And don't talk about it because I like my secret society secret.
Yeah. I agree.
I wrote that bit. I got that part put into the show.
to try and make 12 steps look
Yeah.
like a joke.
Yeah,
And then he was like, Joseph, you gotta watch Iron Fist.
Yeah.
It's fucking phenomenal.
it's the long game I've been going for here.
Okay.
I think you'd have to intentionally not tell Joseph to watch it in order for Joseph to watch
Oh,
it. Because
yeah.
if you tell him to watch it, he puts that on a list of never watch this.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I won't watch it until I forget that I'm not supposed to watch it.
Yeah, it's like 20 minutes. It's fun.
All right. Lamb. Don't eat me, Lisa. Lamb had. Sorry. God, that was horrible.
That stays in.
I used to do this Eddie Vedder Goatman thing. Jeremy spoken. And he fucking hated that shit. So, you know.
So you did it all the time.
I did it all the time, yeah.
Until you got tired of it.
Yeah. So they quit getting laughs and started getting like punches in the chest. I'm like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah, you don't want to piss off Annie. We know what she's capable of. Lamb had been diagnosed with bipolar disorder and depression.
All right.
She'd been described 4 medications. Eric's going to let us know if these are appropriate medications. Wellbutrin, Lamictal, Seroquel, and Effexor
Seroquel.
to treat her disorders.
Seroquel's a mood stabilizer type drug. It's a psychotropic, I think.
Is that a question?
Well, I'm
Because you're asking the wrong room.
I'm halfway sure. I used to take Seroquel. Shit will knock your dick in the dirt.
When I first got clean, I moved in with this husband and wife couple because we played music together, and I was trying to bang her, and her. So they went to
classy.
They went to 2 separate rehabs, And the one she went to gave her Seroquel to help with her withdrawals and stuff, to help lower her heart rate or whatever. And he went to the one, there's one here in Columbia that's a 30-day program. And when he got out, he took her Seroquel and started eating them like fucking M&Ms.
Wow.
And he would sleep all fucking day long. Get up, come in the kitchen and pour a glass of whatever, sweet tea or something, and then go right back to the bedroom. And I was like, damn, dude, I could totally fuck your wife right now. Shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't like that guy. I still don't like him.
I'm glad you got better.
I'm pretty sure some people used my Seroquel to drug me with and steal my crack once. I know they drugged me with something.
Wow.
Yeah. Left me. It was in the middle of summer. I woke up in a car with some dude driving me whose name also happened to be Eric. And I had like salt.
Just to throw you off.
I had like salt rings around my eyes and stuff. They were afraid I was going to die. So he just started riding me around. And then when I woke up, he's like, hey, man, I saved your life. So how about $40?
Your life's worth $40, isn't it?
Yeah.
Did you give it to him?
Yeah, because then I could also get money to get high off of. So I was like, hey, makes sense to me.
Okay. Sounds good. Playa.
That's a sad window back into Crack Eric's life.
Crack
Eric.
Okay, Elisa Lam.
Okay. According to her family, who supposedly kept her history of mental illness a secret, Lam had no history of suicidal ideations or attempts, although one report claimed she had previously gone missing for a brief period. I don't know what that has to do with suicide. You know, just going missing. Maybe you're just sick of people's shit. I get sick of people's shit a lot. That's why I got a motorcycle.
If I was like single, didn't have kids and shit, I would totally just be gone randomly. I would just like pack my bags and be like, everybody be like, damn, where's Morgan? You seen Morgan?
Yeah.
He's skiing in the Alps again, probably.
From what I remember, I think she was making, on social media, she was making comments about like being depressed and dealing with her mental illness a lot too before she took the trip.
Yeah, I think I've read some of that stuff on her social media, like images of her social media stuff.
Yeah.
But that don't mean you're killing yourself.
No, it doesn't.
Sometimes people just don't want to get out of bed. It doesn't mean they want to hang themselves or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that accurate?
Yeah. I haven't killed myself yet. So yeah.
No attempts this week?
God, that sounds grim. I haven't felt like killing myself in a while, but yeah.
It is less than 24 hours into the week, too.
Well, yeah, I guess if you look at it that way. I don't have like a suicide clock that resets every Sunday. Ooh, thank God.
The suicide clock.
Yeah, that's like some weird game of Saw.
Yeah.
Damn.
Jesus Christ, I made it.
I'm so grateful to be alive. Wasn't that the basis of Saw?
Yeah, as you don't appreciate life, so let me rip your jaw off or some shit. Yeah.
There's actually something to that. I've noticed that when I'm on my motorcycle and something almost happens but does not happen, I feel really great that things didn't happen.
Yeah.
A lot of people get mad. Like, I think that's what the road rage thing is. You know, something almost happens and people start to rage.
Oh, yeah.
But are you upset because nothing happened? Or, you know?
Yeah, I play it both ways. Sometimes, and it's less like this, but sometimes I'm grateful that what could have just happened didn't. You know, and I'm like, fuck, that could have been bad, but it wasn't. You know, like, damn, thank God. But most of the time I rage out, yeah.
Every once in a while I start to rage, yeah.
On your bike?
I feel it on my bike every once in a while, or while I'm just driving my truck, you know. But I drop it immediately, especially on the bike. There's no, what the fuck am I going to do? Going to run you off the road with my little bike?
I started getting angry at Grand Theft Auto almost immediately. I'm trying to chase this guy down on a bike, and as soon as you get close to him, every car in the whole video game gets on your street.
Yeah, they start pulling out in front of you
Yeah,
and stuff.
yeah. Like wildly swerving in front of you.
That's because you're supposed to use Franklin's ability right there.
Oh, his slow down.
Yeah, you take both the sticks and punch them in, and time slows down, and he can maneuver, like do real tight turns and stuff with vehicles.
I'd forgotten about that.
I always forget about Franklin's ability too. I forget about is Trevor's ability.
Yeah.
Because he like does this weird rage thing where he does more damage and takes less damage or something.
Yeah, I came up with a theory that I'm sure someone else has too, that the three of those guys represent the id, the ego, and the super ego.
I believe that is a thing, yeah.
Yeah.
I really relate to Michael.
Wow.
Because fucking
Dude, when that game came out, I was the same age as Michael in the game.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I like really related to him.
That's not Ray Liotta's voice, right? They did as much as they legally could to make that guy look like Ray Liotta.
I don't know. It might be Ray Liotta's voice. I don't know.
All right.
Hey, Morgan,
Ray
you're
Liotta in this game?
You're the actor
Uh-huh.
who did the voice for
Man.
Michael in Grand Theft Auto 5.
I've only just began playing.
Fucking
I've
poser.
only just begun. That was awful.
I'm waiting on my fucking external hard drive to show up. So I can, like, I got like the cheesiest games downloaded, and then I'm out of memory or out of, data on my PS4.
I don't know how PS4 does it. Mine all end up on the cloud, so I only use the ones I'm using,
Yeah.
Should I do that? Because I totally bought into the PlayStation bullshit. Well, fuck, I just ordered a hard drive. I don't know how to work it.
Well, the thing is, like when I download the game onto my system from the cloud, it takes literally all day.
Yeah.
If it's a big game like Red Dead Redemption or something.
Yeah. Yeah, Red Dead Redemption's been taking like 8 months for me.
Okay, it usually takes like a day, like less than 24 hours.
Yeah.
It's because I don't have enough data. I've used up almost all of it, and it just stopped at a certain point so that I can have enough to start my PlayStation or whatever. Anyhow.
It's lame.
All right. Disappearance of Elisa Lam.
Yeah, we still on that.
Elisa Lam.
Lamb.
Sorry. Lamb. Lamb. Wow.
This is full of tangents. How did we do
Height
that?
of insensitivity. All right. Lamb contacted her parents in British Columbia every day while traveling. On February 1st, 2013, the day she was scheduled to check out of the Cecil and leave for Santa Cruz, her parents did not hear from her and called the Los Angeles Police Department. Her family flew to Los Angeles to help with the search. That, to me, sounds like if Cash didn't check in, I'd be like, oh, he didn't check in. I wouldn't call the police department unless Cash had a history of doing some crazy shit.
Yeah. I was just thinking how this sounds like the stereotypical Asian family. This is so
very
perfectly
doting.
Asian. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
Tiger Mom.
she didn't check in. Oh no, we gotta go find her. Oh, we gotta go to the police station.
Yeah, Triad's got her, and she's like doing movies now. Yeah.
She belongs to the streets.
Yeah. Well, she's in another country for the first time, right?
Yeah, I believe so, because I think that was like one of her like bucket list type things.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. That's exactly what she wasn't allowed because of her,
Yeah, and also she's coming from
her
Canada.
mental illness. Yeah.
I haven't met a lot of Canadians. I hear they eat people up there,
Oh god.
but apparently they're very polite and like they have
Friendly.
guns, but they don't behave like we do with guns.
Yeah.
That's yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I heard about them too. Eat people. What the fuck? Sorry, Canada, for Joseph.
I've heard that they eat their children, actually, not just people. But it's like part of they keep everybody strong enough to survive the winters up there. Is you got to be like about the age of 5, you become fair game to be eaten. So if you can make it without getting eaten in the autumn, then You get to survive through the winter.
Somebody Snopes that and hit us at Gmail 13 or japtalion13 at gmail.com. What the fuck, Joseph?
Whatever. Okay. Hotel staff who saw Lam that day said that she was alone. Outside the hotel, Katie Orphan, manager of a nearby bookstore, was the only person who recalled seeing her that day. Let me try and do her voice.
She was outgoing, very lively, and very friendly.
Was that good? Did that sound like Katie Orphan?
I don't know.
Katie Orphan said she was outgoing, very lively, and very friendly. While getting gifts to take home to her family, Orphan told CNN she was talking about what books she was getting and whether or not what she was getting would be too heavy for her to carry around as she traveled.
She was talking about what books she was getting.
Somebody saw her. Apparently, she was alone.
I wonder how well did she know the people that she was rooming with and traveling with? Did she know
I don't
them
think she
well?
knew them at all because that's how hostel type setups are. Like when I went to Cincinnati, I did an Airbnb. I was sleeping in a room with like 5 or 6 complete strangers, and we were all sleeping on couches.
Did any like threesomes pop out in the middle of the night, like in the porn vids?
No.
Somebody gets stuck underneath their bunk bed.
No, some of these folks were like, yeah.
What are you doing? I'm stuck.
Ma'am, you're incredibly obese.
How did you even get under there?
A couple of them had been renting that space on those couches for like months.
Wow.
Like
That
Airbnb-ing at this person's house for like months.
That sounds
One of them
horrible.
had been there so long she had gotten her own refrigerator, like a little one, had put a padlock on it so only she could get in it, and had all her weird ass food in there, like vegan.
I don't know why this makes me think of failed countries around the Soviet Union, but it does. Like hostels.
Hostels.
Not hostiles.
Hostile.
Hostels. But there's this, what I've kind of have started finding alarming trend that we're being listened to a lot in the Ukraine. Like we've had quite a lot of listeners.
Wait, our show?
Yeah,
Shit.
in the Ukraine.
Comrade.
Yeah, and I'm like, are they like making like sleeper agents of us or some shit?
Hello, comrade.
Yeah.
Oh,
My mother is a cunt. Like there's a little Eric running around and little Ukrainian Morgan. I look better than you.
Accent is probably totally off.
Yeah. Nihilistic Joseph running around. I arrived exactly when meant to. That'd be funny if there's like a little sleeper cell of 3 Ukrainian us's.
it's our fucking Ukrainian variants.
Yeah.
Got their own podcast.
Welcome to the American Idiots.
That's an interesting idea.
I am the prophet of Bratislava.
Wow, we just lost all of them.
Love you guys.
Yeah.
Come back.
Shout out to the Ukraine.
Nice.
If they
So-
really cared, they would email us.
I know, right? Come on, guys. We got Google Translate.
Maybe this is not the time to have this conversation, but maybe we should throw something out that's easier than email. Oh, we got like Facebook.
Oh, my phone number is.
Instagram.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we got
all kinds of
social
stuff.
media.
Well, if they're in the Ukraine, they probably already have our phone numbers.
They got my Amazon wish list.
Yeah, my date of birth.
Oh man, we should start putting that out. The wish list.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah.
I got like a 123-inch TV on there.
Come on, these presents aren't going to buy themselves.
Maybe we should compare each other's wish
sorry.
lists someday as a way to get to know us at the beginning of the episode.
God.
It's a lot of comfortable devices, Eric.
Well, that doesn't look comfortable at all.
So A 2-stroke engine?
Oh man, are we still on Elisa Lam?
Yeah.
All right. So Elisa Lam's disappeared, right? Police searched the hotel to the extent that they legally could, which is a weird way to put it when
What?
you're dealing with police.
What does that mean?
It says, but we didn't search every room, Sergeant Rudy Lopez said later. It'd be nice if we had a voice for this. Sergeant Rudy Lopez says, but we didn't search every room. We could only do that if we had probable cause.
Hey, you guys, we didn't search all the rooms, you know?
What are you doing in California?
Yeah, I don't know.
You are out of your area.
We didn't have all the forms and such.
I was expecting like surfer dude.
Brah.
Like, oh, dude, we didn't search all the rooms, man.
That's a lot of work.
God, we had probable something.
Brony lost the P940s.
Okay, on February 6th, a week after Lamb had been last seen, the LAPD decided more help was needed. Flyers with her image were posted in the neighborhood and online. It brought the case to the public's attention through the media. That's probably about the time that the video was released on the YouTube. On February 15th, after another week of no sign of Lamb, the LAPD released a video of the last known sighting of her taken in one of the Cecil Hotel's video surveillance cameras.
The U.S. military got involved and bombed the city and dropped pamphlets afterwards asking for Elisa Lam's whereabouts.
The video drew worldwide...
and handed out water.
Yeah, some water and Band-Aids.
We're here to help.
Yeah. We brought tampons and diapers.
Forced sterilization.
Wow.
Sorry.
The video drew worldwide interest in the case due to Lamb's strange behavior and has been extensively analyzed and discussed.
Yeah, so anybody listening, if you've never watched the Elisa Lam video on YouTube of her in the elevator, it is creepy.
Yeah, I just showed it to my girlfriend today. She apparently has been living under a rock or something since 2013.
Yeah.
Well, I hadn't seen it until you did the first episode on it last summer.
Oh, okay.
I had, oddly enough, I just had forgot, like, I didn't know the whole story behind it. I remember seeing it, but then just kind of, going about with the normal
I've been
occurrences in my
fascinated
life.
about this weirdness for like a while now.
Yeah.
Not this specific, just any weirdness. So it all just starts pouring in through the algorithms. So,
Yeah. I don't know. The last documentary I watched on it seemed to give some plausible reasons for it just being a chick that climbed into a tank and couldn't get back out. There.
Everything, was that the Netflix thing?
Yeah,
Really?
I think so. Right there.
The stuff that I haven't watched that, so I don't know what their plausible logic is. But I've listened to some podcasts on her, and they seem to point to some kind of murder.
The police said that the tank she was found in, that the metal piece when they first went there was not closed. That one of them
Yeah, I heard
closed
that.
it. So it could have been that she got in there and then could not get back out because there wasn't once you're in there, there was no easy way. And they were saying if the water level fluctuated in this tank, this cylinder tank. So if you're trying to get out of the top, but the water keeps going down, then she could have gotten tired out. And it would make sense that she'd take her clothes off.
But they were folded up outside the tank. Oh, but she took them off before she got in.
I thought the
if she
clothes were
wanted
in the
to-
tank.
I thought the clothes were in the tank too. Like she tried to kick them off while she was in there so she could swim longer. But that's Eric poke holes in things.
I wanted to poke holes in Joseph's research today, too.
Well, that's not the research. That's just some things that I've seen as to plausible.
But I thought Joseph
reasons.
was going to be talking about portals to other dimensions and stuff.
I haven't got to that part yet.
Oh, whoops.
Sorry.
We'll wait. Poke holes later.
All right, so the video was, reposted a lot. Got like 3 million views on a
She's-
Chinese video sharing site.
She's hitting like all these buttons on the elevator. The door's not stopping for some reason.
Yeah, the door
Or the
won't
door
close.
won't close for some reason. And then when it does close in the video, it's odd. It's odd. It's like all of a sudden everything goes back to normal behavior once she disappears from screen.
Yeah, and the timestamp on the video is obstructed.
Yeah,
And it's,
yeah.
people believe that there's like a piece of the video removed, and that's
Yeah.
why
Right.
the timestamp got disrupted so that you couldn't read it.
Yeah.
And this hotel's like known for other murder. There's
Oh,
like
yeah,
murderers
this is
that have
where-
stayed there and skid rows around there.
Yeah, this is where the Night Stalker stayed.
Wow,
Yeah.
kind of classist there, Eric.
Yeah.
Is it?
Poor people, how they like to murder people.
Crime tends to stick around poverty because that's
It does.
Yeah. It's the most policed
fucking with
and
ya.
they're looking for things the most. They're in survival mode. They're like, oh, I don't have any money, so rape.
Oh, whoa. All right.
Whoa.
Oh my God, I made it. My sister
Here we
went
go.
on a date with a dude who claims his legal name is
Oh, here we go.
Evil Black.
Oh, shit, I know Evil Black.
I was going to say, Morgan knows that guy.
Do
I
you?
fucking know him. He rides a motorcycle. He smells like fucking
He
armpit.
wears like.
Yeah.
he wears, like,
yes,
the
he does.
bird
For a
mask
motorcycle.
thing.
Yeah.
So I'm in the car with my sister. Or, I don't know.
What-
Wait a
when-
minute. Let
is
me
this
rephrase.
recent?
I don't know if they went on a date, but she was talking to this guy, and I could tell by my sister's tone of voice that she was like kind of giddy about it. So I may have assumed date, but she definitely met a guy recently. So she's telling me this. So I start looking up the bird mask, to get an idea of what it, because I kind of remembered. Anyways, on fucking Amazon, they got this pigeon rubber mask that fits over your head. And I'm like, immediately, guys, because my nephew's in the back seat, and if I'm a social justice warrior, he's like, I don't know.
He's your boss.
Yeah, he's my boss. So I was like, I'm just saying, if I was the news reporter and I had to report that someone was going around with this thing on sexually assaulting people, I wouldn't be able to do it with a straight face because it's like this fucking pigeon head. And then I started like making the like, this weird noises. Like, can you imagine somebody going around this thing fucking raping people? It'd be awful. But the image is really funny.
Making the pigeon noises
Yeah.
while they're humping.
yeah.
So this guy, he's an electrician. That's how I know him. He worked on a fucking huge job with him, and as they were installing conduit for the job. What was the old PlayStation handheld thing? My little brother had one.
PSP?
PSP, yeah. He had a PSP, and he had all the conduit that they had ran in this building laid out throughout his PSP between pictures and just like some 3D blueprint thing that he made on there and
Yeah.
shit. Yeah, it was really neat.
Wow.
In my opinion, your sister going out on a date with him is like combining Eric and Joseph together into one person.
Why'd you have to do that?
That's
We're all
my
having-
opinion of Evil Black.
We're all having a good time.
Fucking making it weird.
Yeah. Oh, that was great.
At least it's not fucking that one dude's face I can't get out of my head forever.
Well, that dude like goes everywhere on his motorcycle.
Yeah.
Like I see him like loaded down with grocery bags.
Yeah.
I see his bike parked up at the
supply house,
at
right?
the supply house, yeah.
And it's got like a Milwaukee pack out on
Yeah.
the back of his bike.
Yeah, I give him the nod every time I see him because it's like I know we never met or anything, but it's like he's a motorcycle guy, and he's a construction guy, and he's like doing he's got the bike loaded down.
I
It's
like
fucking
him.
badass.
I like him.
I've never met him.
Yeah.
I just heard the.
He can do better.
Wow.
Oh shit! I don't know. Sorry, that was wrong.
Elisa Lam.
Yeah, discovery of the body.
Wow. This should just be called the tangents. This whole fucking episode.
During the search for Lamb,
Jesus.
guests at the hotel began complaining about low water pressure. Some later claimed that their water was colored black and had an unusual taste.
Oh.
There's a bad joke in there. On the morning of February 19th, Santiago Lopez, a hotel manager worker, found Lamb's body in one of the 4 1,000-gallon tanks located on the roof, providing water to guest rooms, a kitchen, and a coffee shop. Through the open hatch, he saw Lamb lying face up in the water.
I think that's the guy they interviewed, and he said that the hatch was open, that it was not closed. Because that would, if it was closed, then you would think, okay, this has to be either somebody put her in there or somebody came later and put it on without realizing there was a body in there, which also seems weird.
Yeah.
But if it was just open and she went in there, then that's not as weird. Sorry.
Yeah, I guess so. On February 21st, the Los Angeles Coroner's Office issued a finding of accidental drowning with bipolar disorder as a significant factor. The full coroner's report, released in June, stated that Lamb's body had been found naked. Clothing similar to what she was wearing in the elevator video was floating in the water, coated with a sand-like particulate. Her watch and room key were also found with her. Lamb's body was moderately decomposed and bloated. It was mostly greenish, with some marbling evident on the abdomen and skin separation evident. There was no evidence of physical trauma, sexual assault, or suicide. Toxicology tests showed traces consistent with prescription medication found among her belongings, plus non-prescription drugs such as Sinutab and ibuprofen. A very small quantity of alcohol was present, but no other recreational drugs. Investigators and experts have, however, noted that the concentration of her prescription drugs in her system indicated that she was under-medicating or had stopped taking her medications recently.
And I will say, bipolar, especially if it's bipolar 1, the more like extreme, if you will, has a lot of, you see people with odd behaviors with that, like mania. Looks really weird sometimes. They do really, some people are convinced that they're like the owner of a hospital, even though they know that they
almost
don't own
psychosis.
the hospital. Well, they get delusional.
Okay, yeah.
But erratic behaviors, like especially with like spending money and shit like that, people just go out and start buying new cars and houses and just doing things that they would not normally do if they were not in like a manic state. That could account for some odd behaviors.
The investigation had determined how Lamb died, but did not initially offer an explanation as to how she got into the tank in the first place. Doors and stairs that access the hotel's roof are locked, with only staff having the passcodes and keys, and any attempt to force them would supposedly have triggered an alarm. The hotel's fire escape could have allowed her to bypass those security measures. Her scent trail was lost near a window that connected to it. A video posted to the internet after Lamb's death showed that the hotel's roof was easily accessible via the fire escape, and that 2 of the lids of the water tanks were open.
And that's where the dogs, like in the video, that's where the dogs took the cops, was to the fire escape, and that's where it ended, was that window where the fire escape was. So she easily could have went up her fire escape.
Oh, shit.
To the roof. Yeah.
Apart from the question of how she got on the roof, others asked if she could have gotten into the tank by herself. All 4 tanks were 4 by 8 foot cylinders propped up on concrete blocks. There was no fixed access to them, and hotel workers had to use a ladder to look at the water. They were protected by heavy lids that would be difficult to replace from within. The hotel employee who found the bodies said that the lid was open at the time, removing the issue of how she could have closed the lid from the inside. Police dogs that searched through the hotel for Lam, even on the roof, shortly after her disappearance was noted, did not find any trace of her. It seems odd that they wouldn't find any trace of her on the roof, I guess.
If she was climbing, if she had done it herself. Also, if it's, the tank is 8 feet tall. You said
Yeah.
they were 4 by 8. I'm assuming 8 feet tall.
Yeah.
And propped up on blocks, which would probably put it more like 9 to 10 feet. So without a ladder, how would she have gotten in?
Right.
Unless she was like Spider-Man.
Could be somebody just put her in there and took the ladder and put it away because they were,
Killing her.
they were polite. And, when you borrow a tool, you put it back where you've got it.
Okay.
The autopsy report and its conclusions were also questioned based on the incomplete information. For instance, it does not say what the results of the rape kit and fingernail kit were, or even if they were processed. It also records subcutaneous pooling of blood in Lam's anal area, which some observers suggested was a sign of sexual abuse.
Why did that make me laugh?
I don't know. One pathologist noted it could have been the result from bloating in the course of the body's decomposition, and her rectum was also prolapsed. Even the coroner's pathologist... Are you guys trying not to laugh?
Kinda.
Yeah.
I don't know what's wrong with us. I don't feel good about it. just,
I feel shame about it too.
yeah.
I heard anus and I was like, oh, God.
And you said prolapse, and I'm like, like the porn ladies.
I'm gonna go home and pray the rosary tonight. Maybe that'll help.
Good for you.
Even the coroner's pathologists appeared to be ambivalent about their conclusion that Lamb's death was accidental. Since her death, her Tumblr blog was updated, presumably through Tumblr's queue option that allows posts to automatically publish themselves when the user is away. Her phone was not found either with her body or in her hotel room. It has been assumed to have been stolen at some time around her death. Whether the continued updates to her blog were facilitated by the theft of her phone, the work of a hacker, or through the queue is not known, nor is whether the updates were related to her death.
Does it say what the updates were?
Probably somewhere.
I feel like that's important to... They obviously wouldn't be through the queue if they're, personal kind of updates.
Yeah, they were probably fashion-related things. She was doing like a fashion blog or something.
I'm kind of like the simplest solution type person. So I think if something did happen, my first place I would want to go, or the first kind of theory I would formulate is that there was like a ladder left where it shouldn't have been, that she had access to an area that she should not have had access to. And I found the manager of that hotel off. So I could see someone not wanting to be held liable for this accident and then removing things that would make it apparent that they were liable for the accident happening.
Like
which
moved a
makes
ladder.
Right, which makes it now look overall mysterious. Plus they have they can lean back on, well, hey, this is a weird murder motel anyways.
I noticed in my research that people had mentioned that the manager of the hotel seemed oddly disconnected from the event somehow.
I got a weird feeling.
Oh, I did not hear that. Really?
Yeah, I just got a weird vibe off of her. And when I was listening, I'm thinking this could easily be like they didn't want to be held liable for this shit. So they just moved a couple things around and bam, mystery. I don't know why I did the
Mystery!
Yeah.
Mystery!
God, that Morgan commercial we did just fell off the rails at the end.
Aw. Did it? I didn't think it
just
did.
The absurdity of it. It was funny, but just all the,
Overly flamboyant.
yeah, overly flamboyant, and me calling people sluts. All right, you sluts.
Okay, have y'all heard anything about this possibly being a serial killer?
I don't know. I don't remember it if I have.
No.
When I was researching this, I found an unsolved homicide of a person named Geetha Angara from 2005, which would be like, 8 years previous, who was also found drowned in a water tank in New Jersey.
Like Stephanie Veal. Stephanie Veal and Patrick Beef.
Wait, what was the name again?
Geetha Angara?
I'm joking. Like, she's Elisa Lam, so there's like Frederick Beef.
Oh.
Like, yeah, it was a stupid joke.
He's not a prolific serial killer because it has to be a female with like a last name that is a type of meat, and then there has to be an available water tank.
Yeah, so it's pretty far and few between.
Just to maintain his MO.
Yeah.
I'm very into patterns. Yeah. Okay, so, look that one up if you want. I'm not going to read that one because that's a whole nother thing. All right, here's some theories that I found. She committed suicide. Those who have read through her blog can vouch for the fact that Lam suffered from depression and was documenting her inner turmoil. Police found no evidence to suggest she killed herself, and even if she did, that doesn't explain the events leading up to her death or how she got into the water tank, especially when she could have just jumped from the hotel roof or from a window. And that's my issue with the suicide thing, too.
Yeah.
This is somebody else writing this, but I agree. I mean, if you're up there, why not just jump off the fucking building like everybody else at the Cecil Hotel?
Yeah, it seems like a weird suicide. Seems like an odd choice of suicide.
Why would you want to drag it out?
Odd location, everything's odd about it.
She accidentally drowned. Many feel bipolar disorder was to blame for Lam's death. Some, though not all, forms of bipolar disorder can cause hallucinations if not treated. Some speculate Lam had a manic episode, thought someone was pursuing her, and accidentally drowned while trying to hide in the water tank. Never mind how she got into the water tank.
Yes, when paranoid delusions and stuff start getting involved in mental illnesses, people get wacky.
Yeah, it says the biggest problem with this theory is that her medication for bipolar disorder was in her system, according to the autopsy report. So her illness was not being left untreated during her travels, although it might have, they previously said that it was underdosed, if.
And her, from what I don't remember the specific behaviors, but I remember thinking the way in which she was acting towards her roommates seemed like someone who was acting erratically, as if they could be mania could explain why she was acting the way she was towards her roommates. I wish I remembered the behavior they were talking about. It was like people don't act like she was acting.
Yeah, I didn't run into anything about her experience in that room.
Yeah, her roommates did not dig. Matter of fact, they moved her to a different room. The hotel moved Elisa Lam to a different room away from the other people because of her behaviors.
All right, she was tripping on drugs. That sounded so dated.
Drug tripper.
She was smoking the dopes.
The devil's lettuce.
Yeah. According to police, the only things in Lam's system were her regular prescription medications for bipolar disorder.
And a gallon of semen.
Oh my God.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
That is a lot of fucking cum.
That would be a lot of cum.
However, in the elevator footage, she clearly looks as if she's hallucinating, and considering how much time has passed before her body was found, it's possible that any other drugs she was on might have passed through her system or been destroyed by decay. She also could have been on some kind of hallucinatory drug that she wasn't even tested for. Self-described body language experts. I'm a self-described body language expert. That's like,
that's like
I'm
bullshit.
the prophet of West Columbia.
Yeah. I spend too much time on YouTube is what that says to me.
Well, these self-described body language experts, that's in air quotes too, have concluded that her
what are you
odd
picking
behavior.
up from my body language? Is it I don't believe you? Sorry.
They have concluded that her odd behavior on the security camera footage may have been consistent with someone using narcotics. These same experts analyzed her movements and felt Lam was not afraid of whoever she was talking to off camera. In fact, they say she's behaving like she is attracted to that person, being playful and what's that word? Coquettish?
So,
Yeah, I think so.
so
I don't like that theory.
sometimes like mental illness can look like drug use,
Yeah.
right? So I had a contractor one time that I had to pull off the job. The guy was fucking going crazy on the job. He had never acted like this before, and it was a mental illness that showed up while we were on this job. But I mean, he'd be out there taking his fucking shirt off in the middle of the yard with the homeowners like daughters there and stuff, and fucking like turning on some Dave Ramsey shit and just blasting it through this giant speaker he'd set up Bluetooth on the porch, and coming up with all these crazy things for us to do on this job that was nowhere near the budget. You know, and having us do them, and then we'd go to get paid, and they'd be like, "What the fuck? What the fuck is going on here in our house?" You know,
wow.
yeah. And somebody else ended up having to take over the job. I had to leave the job because I couldn't associate with what he was doing. I couldn't associate my business with what was going on. And his buddy kept saying, like, he would tell me about him, you know, stripping out of his clothes in the middle of the yard in the middle of the day and stuff. And I'm like, man, this dude's like doing meth or something, because my mind automatically goes to drug use, because that behavior is what I'm used to seeing with drug use. You know, guys take a hit of crack and they get naked. I mean, women too, but people take a hit of crack and they start stripping their clothes off. They start looking weird. They, you know, all kinds of weird things.
Right.
Turned out it was a mental disorder, and he got on medicine and got better. You know, not got better, but got it under control where he could function his business again. So that was my tangent. Okay, bye.
Yeah, I've seen the video, and like I said, I just watched it again today, and she does have that kind of like movements. Kind of reminded me of like when people like shoot up meth, like get a real blast of meth, and they do that thing where they're like twisting their body around, like involuntarily moving all the time, you know?
Yeah.
Some of this I found offensive, though, was like that she was being flirtatious with whoever was off camera, if there was anyone off camera. Because I was looking at that, I was like, that is not... I am an expert in the art of lovemaking, and that is not flirtation.
Self-proclaimed expert.
I think the safer route is to say it's hard to assume whether that was flirtation or not on this type of camera. You don't have sound. You don't know if anybody's ever there. You don't know what their behaviors are.
Yeah.
Are they like pointing a gun at her, or like...
I found it odd that, I mean, you got a camera in the elevator. You don't have a camera in the hallway? You don't have a camera anywhere? This is the only camera in the whole fucking building, this one in the elevator? That's it? Is that it?
That and the one in the toilet.
Is that the only one? They've removed their headphones. We're taking a piss break.
Piss break.
And I have drained the main vein. We're back.
Okay.
I did not. Nothing left my body.
Nobody else peed. It was just me.
I told Joseph about my nightmares.
Eric was regaling me with tales of murder. Murder, murder, murder.
I killed them all.
Is that like a flock of crows?
Yeah. A group of crows is a murder. Mm-hmm. Do you know what a group of ravens is called?
Cunt.
A conspiracy.
Sounds right.
Just start answering things with, "Hey,
Profanity.
do you know what? Do you know what is called? A cunt." No, why would you say that?
All right, here's another theory about this.
All right.
This one's a little offensive to me.
Offensive theories.
She was killed by a creeper.
I love that you're offended by that.
One of Elisa's blog posts apparently complained of some creeper while staying at the hotel. It's entirely possible that some guy was stalking her.
I remember
Creeper
that, yeah.
apparently is always a guy. who stalks a woman,
Yeah.
it's always a heterosexual male. And whether on purpose or not, was responsible for her death and tried to hide her body. Lam was found naked, yet her clothes were thrown in with her and her phone was missing. There was evidence of anal bleeding, however, it was blamed on her body decomposing in the water tank. It's unclear if she was given a rape kit or if it was ever processed.
Now, I'm somewhat of an expert on anal bleeding.
Self-proclaimed.
Now I have to measure that prolapse. Test it for solvents.
I mean, is anal bleeding common with decomposition?
I would think so. I think
Probably.
blood starts leaving your vessels and stuff break down. So blood.
Yeah, from what I understand, when you pass on, your body's there, and the blood through gravity just kind of sinks to the low parts,
Yeah, okay. All right, yes.
and you're floating.
That's how they can tell if a body's been moved and stuff like
If you
that.
if you're floating face up,
Yeah.
then the backside would be the low parts.
The backside. The backside is the low parts.
When they drain the blood, do they just put them in like a washing machine that spins the blood out of their body?
I think they have like a long metal straw with a sharp point on it.
Suck
and
the
they
blood
suck
out.
it.
Yeah.
It is Dr. Acula here to suck your blood.
Wow.
Why I'm laughing so hard at that? Oh, God, that was a good one.
Please leave the room.
Did you just come up with that, or is that something
Dr.
you've seen?
Acula, I forget where I've heard
You've
it
seen
before.
it before?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm like, God, it's hilarious.
All right. She was murdered by a hotel employee is another one. There's no conclusive evidence that Elisa was murdered, but there's nothing to prove that she wasn't murdered either. Cue Eric. You can't prove a negative.
Yeah.
The Cecil Hotel has attracted serial killers before, so what's to say there wasn't one working there during Elisa's stay? But yeah,
Yeah.
what's to say there wasn't
Yeah.
one working there now? Or
Yeah.
there might be one working in this room right now.
I was about to say, there could be one in this room. What the fuck? What kind of sense does that make?
It doesn't.
So, someone who knew she was traveling alone and had access to a room, someone who had keys to the roof and the alarm code, someone who knew where to stand in order to stay off camera and had access to all the footage, perhaps doctoring it later. As far as Lam's reason for pushing a bunch of buttons, self-defense experts recommend doing this when being attacked in an elevator. I looked that shit up because I was like, that seems like a totally stupid thing to do when being attacked in an elevator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To focus on the buttons seems like a ridiculous thing to do. So I looked it up. Apparently, the logic behind that is you're in the elevator, you don't hit the stop button. This is a PSA. You get attacked in the elevator, do not hit the stop button because that literally stops the elevator. And so then you're stuck in the elevator with the person you're fighting with.
Yeah.
You hit all the buttons so that it will stop and the door will open. And if
door-
you can't get out there, you get out every floor where the door opens. And potentially there's some help at one of the doors.
The
Yeah.
door was open. She was at a floor and the door was open.
And it was just hanging open. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
It doesn't
and
really apply here.
I think someone went and checked the button. She went like straight down the middle, and I think they found like a door open button in the middle. So it may have been her fault that the door was open.
Yeah, and she kept walking through the door, setting off that electric eye.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay.
It's old fucking hotel, too.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. That was my Al Pacino. Okay.
Okay. Soccer.
Okay, you want to play? All right. Her death was inspired by the movie Dark Water.
I just want to say that was the best impersonation I think I've heard you do.
Are you being serious?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
All right. Dark Water. Got it.
Yeah. Elisa Lam's death is so eerily similar to the horror movie Dark Water, released in 2005, which is oddly enough the year that other person was found in a water tank, that it almost seems as if there were a design, a case of life imitating art, perhaps. Elisa Lam's death could have been caused by someone trying to emulate a Hollywood film. Not only does the film depict residents of an old haunted building complaining of foul-tasting dark water coming from their taps, but the cause is also a girl decomposing in the water tank on the roof. If that weren't creepy enough connection, the film's main characters are a mother named Dahlia and her daughter Cecilia, like the Black Dahlia and Cecil Hotel.
Huh.
There are also elevator malfunctions, and young Cecilia can be seen talking to thin air in the elevator because her imaginary friend is there.
Get the fuck out of town.
That's kind of weird.
I haven't seen that movie. Have you seen it?
I haven't seen the movie, but I remember the connections.
Have you seen it, Joseph?
No, I don't think I've seen that one. I saw The Ring.
You got the you got the information on that the guy that was like a metal rocker that people were trying to say he did it, like he came out with some song. And this dude actually came out like later to explain himself. Like he does all these like, you know, slasher metal, really gory death music stuff, but it's like an art, you know?
Yeah, I think I did see
people
that somewhere.
started accusing him of doing it, and it really started to affect him personally because he's, you know, people are like hunting him down, trying to find out if he killed this lady or not. He's like, it's art. It's art.
Chill the fuck out.
Yeah.
Before I kill you.
Yeah. Yeah. He's like, as he's talking, he's got like a big dildo suction to his forehead. Fucking art, right?
That's like an American black metal musician, right? We're not talking like Norwegian black metal.
I think he's a different ethnicity than like your general like white America person.
White America!
If it was like Norwegian black metal, dude, they get real over there.
Yeah.
They like literally murder each other.
I want to say this guy was like Hispanic or Latino. I don't know.
Latinx.
Latinx.
Latinx. Latex.
Latex. They're all latex now.
I'm going to go back to my neighborhood and get my ass kicked now.
Wow.
What's up, my latex brethren?
All right. She was assassinated. With a case as unsettling as this, it's no surprise that conspiracy theorists have stepped up to share their bizarre versions of events. Apparently, Elisa posted online about a Pentagon-funded invisibility cloaking project right before she died. This project has been in the works for the United States and South Korea for some time now. Many have speculated that the government or even private company may have ordered her assassination for interfering or oversharing. Perhaps her strange behavior in the elevator wasn't so strange. We just couldn't see her invisible cloak-wearing assailant.
Ooh.
I want it to be true, but I'm pretty sure corporations don't give a flying fuck if you talk about stuff.
Did they assassinate her by sucking her colon out of her anus? Isn't that what a prolapsed anus is?
Just a little bit. Not all the way.
I don't actually know what a prolapsed anus is. I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
I think it's when the stuff like swells up and comes out instead of staying up in there where it belongs from
Isn't that like
too much attention.
Hemorrhoid?
I think it's bigger. I think the inside like starts coming out. Like
Part of me really hopes there's people shouting at their podcasting device that they're listening to this on right now. And it's like, how do you not know what a prolapsed anus is?
honey,
said,
get the camera. We're sending pics.
Tom said he yells at us when he's listening to our show so that we get out because he knows what it is that we're trying to articulate. He's like, I'm always yelling at you guys.
It's just aft, you morons.
It means back.
There's no mystery here.
Oh, I love that one.
Like drawing
that's the
pentagrams
best.
and shit, trying to figure it out.
What is the algorithm?
All right, here's another one. I kind of like this one too. She was a tuberculosis drug testing subject. As it turns out, the time frame during which Elisa Lam was staying at the Cecil Hotel coincided with a severe tuberculosis outbreak on Skid Row and in most of the downtown area surrounding the hotel. The strange part is the TB test being used in the area was the enzyme-linked immunosorbent assay called the Lam Elisa for short.
That's fucking weird.
Also, isoniazid. Here's one of those words. How you say that, Eric? Isoniazid? Isoniazid?
I don't know.
Annie's yelling at the screen, at the computer now.
I don't know how to pronounce that. It looks like a typo.
Nobody's listening to podcasts on computers.
Well, whatever. She's yelling at her car.
Okay.
Is the most commonly used antibiotic for TB patients, and its side effects include confusion and abnormal behavior. Lamb's toxicology screening didn't find anything strange in her system, but many conspiracy theorists think the drug test results were forged or altered in some way because of all the delays in the report's release. There are those who also think Elisa Lam never existed and in this case was fabricated to distract from an intentional government-sponsored TB outbreak and testing. This would ensure that anyone who tries to research the test Lam Elisa will only get met with a flood of information on Elisa Lam. That last part is ridiculous.
Yeah, that's a lot of
That is a lot of work.
wasted effort there.
All you have to do to avoid doing all that work is put a football game on. Or like put on like some a cage match or something.
Yeah.
Like two chicks in a cage match and like we'll forget all about it.
Yeah. Or hey, let Xbox Series X actually be in stores.
Yeah, just it's simple.
Just give me my fucking Xbox Series X. Now, like Walmart, like just, what I would consider normal distributors of stuff like that have jacked their prices up to like $800. What? So now it's not just like eBay doing it.
I'm not even sure I'm getting another system.
I'm not either. I'm disillusioned by the whole thing.
I'm definitely not getting a PS5 anytime soon.
Yeah,
it's not. There's no point in it. They are over $600 in Target. The PS5s are. I looked.
Yeah, I was looking online and they were like at $800 through Walmart.
Jesus,
It's just a regular they call it some bundle, but the bundle it comes with fucking batteries or something. It's yeah.
Extra packaging you can throw away.
You get a fanny pack.
Her death was a sacrifice. The Cecil Hotel seems to have a black cloud hanging over it, some otherworldly curse seeping through its halls. If ever a place could have bad juju, the Cecil is it. Hotels are high traffic areas, so there are sure to be some less than savory characters and associated tragedies from time to time, but the Cecil goes way beyond the norm. Throughout the 1950s and 60s, Cecil Hotel was known as a place to commit suicide and murder. Whatever darkness lurks in the Cecil Hotel has attracted two serial killers, Richard Ramirez, as we all affectionately know as the Night Stalker, was living in the hotel in 1985, and Jack Unterweger. Jack Unterweger was staying in the hotel in 1991 when he murdered three prostitutes, strangling them with their own bras. I don't know why they're giving us details.
Sorry, yes, I did.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I mean,
I know. Yeah,
listen to
strangling
what
them
they
with
were-
their own bras. Why are you giving us this detail? I know. That was my reaction in my head. I was able to keep it inside, though.
Sorry.
what condition were their anuses in?
Prolapse.
Long before Elisa Lam walked the halls of the Cecil, there were tragic deaths and talk of ghosts associated with the property. Since its grand opening in the 1920s, there have been numerous suicides, murders, and bizarre accidental deaths, like in 1962 when Pauline Oton jumped from the 9th floor and landed on a pedestrian walking on the street below,
Yikes.
killing both of them instantly. Some have even claimed the Cecil Hotel was the last place the Black Dahlia was seen alive. Many different ghost stories about Lamb's death have made the rounds. Some say Lam was being tormented by an evil spirit in the elevator, while others say she was actually possessed by a spirit that forced her to commit suicide. We haven't done Black Dahlia.
No, I listened to a really good podcast on the Black Dahlia, though. Man, there is some stuff there. Is one of us planning on doing it?
That female who does. Is it safe to say female anymore?
There's two of them.
Who's like she's a mortician or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she had all that stuff, like the medical.
Yeah.
Anyways, yes, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. She traveled to another dimension. I like this one.
To say female.
The Korean elevator game requires a building at least 10 stories high and one player to enter an elevator alone and press a series of buttons in order to open a gateway to a parallel dimension. This new dimension looks much like the same, except it's dark. Electronic devices don't work, and once the elevator doors reopen, you'll see nothing outside the windows but a red cross. If anything seems off, you are not supposed to leave the elevator.
And that's the elevator game shit, right?
Yeah. What she was doing did not look like the elevator game to me, though.
No, not from what I've read on the elevator game. What was that, Eric?
It's getting mine.
So if you want the instructions on how to play the elevator game, I can get those to you. If not,
hey guys, this is this guy with Jeff Dine and this guy. I just officially checked out of Joseph's episode, so I'm making a video.
Wow. What a dick.
What a dick.
All right, well, here's the last one.
God. That's a funny idea, though, right?
Eric just made a fucking clapper / TikTok video while we were doing the show.
Wait, say that again.
Make it more authentic this time.
Yeah.
Eric just fucking did a clapper / TikTok video while we were fucking doing the show. Jesus.
Real classy.
Do it again.
Real classy, man.
Thanks. I'll edit that together. Okay. I forgot.
Okay. I'll skip the elevator game instructions. Here's the last one. You know, because people might want to play the elevator game. You know what I mean?
Oh, God. Should I pause it?
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
We just everybody start watching videos. All right. She had a bizarre connection to Aleister Crowley. The Aleister Crowley connection is more of a series of strange coincidences, unless you believe in interdimensional travel, as Crowley did. The notorious occultist claimed to have met a being described as similar to gray aliens named Lam. Furthermore, it's believed that after this interaction, Crowley used a magic ritual to open a portal of entry between Lam's dimension and ours, which is, of course, of interest to those who think that's exactly what Lam was doing on the elevator. Crowley also wrote a poem while staying at the Cecil Hotel called Jephthah. In it, Jephthah sacrifices his daughter Celia. Not only does Celia sound close to Cecil, but is also an anagram of Elisa.
Wasn't a character on the Blackwater named Celia? Or was it Cecilia?
No, I'm looking for it. Dahlia and her daughter Cecilia. It's just spelled differently.
Oh, gotcha.
It's with C's instead of S's.
C's.
But it is a similar word, which is, that's how the Matrix works. Things get repeated. Little bits of stuff end up here and there. There's a lot of things going on.
There's a lot of things going on. Little bits of stuff in there.
No bitties.
Well, that's it.
Oh, was that it?
Yeah, that was a long one.
That's what she said. That was good. Yeah. Oh, you fucking Joseph's already taking his headphones off and leaving. He's like cranked up the motorcycle. Got auto start on his remote.
Yeah, it's got just just enough non-information and parts to let people go crazy with, you know?
The whole thing.
Yeah.
Not Joseph's research, but the whole Elisa
the
Lam
whole
thing.
story
So
has enough little weird bits where people can just eat their heart out when it comes to conspiracy theories.
Yeah. There is. It seems a lot of that stuff seems like oddly strange. The tuberculosis stuff seems really weird to me.
It does.
The name matching, the tuberculosis outbreak and stuff. That's all extremely weird. I don't know about the cloaking device or Aleister Crowley. For
I
my
looked up
taste.
the cloaking device thing the first time, I think.
Yeah, I remember
that
you
did this, and I could find nothing about it.
Oh,
other
that's
than
right.
Stuff
Or the
related
company.
to Elisa Lam.
Yeah.
Lamb.
Was this like the Alpha Omega Institute or some shit? Or that
Right.
was something?
That was on the Mystery Sphere.
That's Mystery
okay.
Sphere, but it was a similar type thing.
Yep.
It was like a really cool Evil Empire sounding name
That was only related to this story.
that was only related to the story, just like in Bet's Mystery Sphere,
Yeah.
which I think could be, because like if you're like some group of people, like, we'll call them the CIA, but it's probably not something that obvious,
Yeah.
You start like a fake company so that you can gather information or
like S.H.I.E.L.D.
pretend. Yeah, you put up a storefront that's like this business, and you really do whatever the fuck you want back there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Morgan, did I tell you about that latest Marvel show and/or movie I watched?
Was it Iron Fist?
No.
Jesus.
I have seen the beginning or the first season of that. It's a pretty good show.
Yeah. I didn't know there was more than one season. I watched the Daredevils, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage,
Well,
Iron Fist, and then the Defenders, and then I fell off after the Defenders.
yeah. Well, Iron Fist has to like deal with his brother from
Another Mother.
yeah, from another mother, but from that city that he used to live in, that Cloud City or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Kung Long
Right, yeah.
and his brother Davos, who finds a way to get his own version of the Iron Fist.
Oh, shit. Wait, don't tell me too much more. I want to
yeah,
watch it again.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll remember.
Yeah, because I want to get into that because I want to,
Iron Fist, some grannies.
the Daredevil is going to be on. Daredevil's going to be on the next Spider-Man movie, the
Yes,
She-Hulk, and something else.
I used to
coming
like
up.
She-Hulk when I was like in high school and
Yeah, me too.
early college.
She's
I was
tall and
like, yeah.
built right, long
Yeah.
flowing hair. Mm-hmm. I could deal with some green. Anyways, so the actor from the Daredevil series on Netflix is going to be playing Matt Murdock in Daredevil in these other series and movies, and the Punisher is also going to be coming back out.
Oh shit.
Yeah, which
That guy's
was
trouble.
The Punisher was phenomenal.
That
on
shit
Netflix.
was good.
Yeah, that
There's
shit
another
was-
season of that too, I believe.
Yeah, there's 2 seasons of that. I've watched those. It's fucking good.
I'm trying
That
to watch
show's-
them in order.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Well, then how'd you miss the Iron Fist?
I watched Iron Fist.
That's
I just
like right
didn't
at the
see the
beginning.
next season. So
Well, have a good night.
have a good morning.
Have a good whatever.